Hey y'all. Today I'm going to be talking about a movie that you can watch on Paramount Plus. You can watch it with or without your audio description. And it is called The Lost City. And it came out March 25th, 2022, so fairly new. And it's got Sandra Bullock in it and Channing Tatum. They're like the main characters. And Sandra Bullock's character, her name is Loretta, and Channing Tatum, he plays Alan slash Dash. I'll explain that in just a second. But Loretta, she is a book writer, and Dash is a character in her books. So he is the cover model of her books, and his name is Alan. And it starts out pretty much like she's trying to like finish the last chapter of her new book and all that, and she's having a hard time like really closing the chapter, finishing it up, how to end it and all that. Well, she's got this like on camera like I don't know what you call them, like to pretty much like advertise her new book. And of course, you know, Dash is going to be doing the interview thing with her. And he's a good looking guy. And he's got a wig, like a long, like blonde wig, I think. Which I was like, oh Lord. It made me think of Fabio, you know, on the like romance novels, like on the cover. I was like, oh Lord. Uh, and, you know, all the women are like, take off your shirt, not even like interested in the book. But the book is called The Lost City of D. And the D is short for The Lost City, which I cannot pronounce, so I can't help you out there. You'll have to watch the movie to hear it. And she's like, you know, trying to talk about the book and all that, but, you know, all the girls are like obsessed with Dash, and she ends up leaving. She's on in this like onesie, like jumpsuit, like all these sequins and stuff. Well, she's like ready to leave, and she's aggravated, and she's like, "Oh, you know, call me a ride and all that." Well, a vehicle pulls up, and she's assuming it's her ride, and it is not. She is being kidnapped by this man, and his name is Abigail, which was very confusing for me because it's a girl name, and Abigail is played by Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter. Did not see that coming. So Alan is noticing that she is being taken, and so he like runs to like the manager of like doing the books because they're fixing to do a book tour, and they're like, "Oh, we need to call the cops. You know, she's been taken," and nobody is taking her seriously because she's only been gone for like 2 hours. And he's like, "Well, I have somebody I can call," and he's like ex-marine, ex-military something, and so he calls them up, and lo and behold, it's Jack Trainer is played by Brad Pitt. I ain't seen him in a movie in a hot minute, so I was not expecting that. So Jack Trainer is telling them, "Hey, look at her phone," and they're like, "I have her phone," and they're like, "Well, does she have anything that she could be GPS tracked?" And he's like, "Oh, she's got a smartwatch." And they're like, "Oh, we'll go on the phone and do the Find My Smartwatch." Well, they do, and they're like, "She is in the Atlantic Ocean." I think it was that ocean. I'm not that sure. And they're like, "She's on a plane." And they're like, "Where is she going?" And they end up getting there. Well, this Abigail dude is wanting this crown of fire. And it's supposed to be like all these like gems, like red gems, and it's supposed to look like fire. And he wants it, which I mean, I guess because it's supposed to be worth a lot of money. And she is like really smart and stuff, but I mean, she's a book writer. But they're wanting her to like translate this piece of like, I don't know, something to figure out, where to go. And she's like, that's why you don't kidnap a book writer. Sandra Bullock is so funny. So I was really glad that this movie was good, in my opinion, because I was afraid it was going to be crap. So Jack Trainer and Alan end up going to where it has located her, and he is going to rescue her. So they kind of rescue her, and they get away and all that. Well, it's time for Alan and Loretta to like start running because these people are still chasing them. And she's like, we need to get in the water. We need to get in the water. And he's like, I don't do water. And she's like, what? Well, they're in the water. They get out of the water. Well, she notices that he's got leeches on his lower back. Well, he's freaking out. And she's pulling them off. And she's like, okay, you got to drop your pants. And he's got leeches on his butt. Like, all over his butt. And he's like, why do they like the butt? Why are they on my butt? And he's all freaking out. And he did a really good, funny role in this movie. And they end up having to go through the jungle and all this. Well, somehow there's a hammock in the jungle. I don't know if it's like God made it or the jungle formed it. I don't know. I've never been in the jungle. But I don't understand how a hammock got in there. And so they're going to sleep in the hammock and all this and trying to rest up and keep going. And there ends up being like a part where these two like guys on like motorcycles or motorbikes or something, they're in there and they're chasing them. And they did a diversion where they took part of her sequin suit off to make it look like she was like behind a tree or something. Well, the two guys on the motorcycle, they like crash and they die. Well, Alan and Loretta are freaking out. They're like, well, we didn't mean to do that. Oh, they were driving reckless, so this could have happened anyway. It was just, oh my gosh, this movie was really good. And I'm really glad to find a comedy with audio description because that is very hard to find. But I do want y'all to check it out. Let me know what you thought of The Lost City. I really enjoyed it. It was hilarious. And the ending was something... I mean, it's a typical ending, but right before the ending, it's something that you're not going to see coming. So I want y'all to check it out. And I would love to hear what y'all thought of the movie. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Don't be blindsided. And we'll see you very soon with another video. Thanks.